Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and quietly deadly weapons in modern armored warfare, Israel's LAHAT missile, and how it allows enemy tanks to be destroyed without ever knowing they were being targeted. Modern tank battles are no longer about who has the thickest armor or the biggest gun. They are about who sees first, who strikes first, and who disappears before the enemy can respond. The LAHAT missile fits perfectly into this new reality of warfare. LAHAT stands for Laser Homing Anti-Tank Missile, and its name already reveals the secret behind its effectiveness. Unlike traditional tank shells that require a direct line of sight and immediate exposure, LAHAT operates from concealment and strikes with precision from above. Developed by Israel Aerospace Industries, LAHAT was designed to give armored units and helicopters a long-range, flexible, and stealthy way to eliminate heavily protected enemy vehicles. Its design reflects decades of battlefield experience and adaptation to evolving threats. One of the most important things to understand about LAHAT is that it is not just a missile, it is a system. It integrates with advanced sensors, laser designators, and firing platforms to create a coordinated and lethal attack. LAHAT can be launched from multiple platforms, including main battle tanks, light armored vehicles, and even helicopters. This versatility makes it a powerful force multiplier on the battlefield. When fired from a tank, LAHAT can be launched directly through the main gun barrel, similar to a standard tank shell. This allows tanks to engage targets at ranges far beyond traditional kinetic rounds. This also means the enemy may never realize they are being targeted by a tank at all. There is no loud shell impact nearby, no visible muzzle flash that gives away the shooter's position. The missile relies on laser guidance, either from the firing platform itself or from a remote designator. This designator could be another vehicle, a drone, or even an infantry unit hidden miles away. Once the target is illuminated by the laser, LAHAT homes in on the reflected signal with extreme accuracy. The missile does not need to be directly aimed at the target in the traditional sense. This allows the launch platform to remain hidden behind cover, such as hills, buildings, or terrain features. The missile can arc toward the target while the shooter stays out of sight. One of LAHAT's most feared capabilities is its top attack profile. Instead of striking a tank's heavily armored front or sides, LAHAT descends from above. The top of a tank is typically its weakest point. Even the most advanced tanks prioritize frontal armor, leaving the roof more vulnerable due to weight and design limitations. By attacking from above, LAHAT bypasses the strongest armor and delivers a devastating blow directly into the tank's most sensitive components. Inside a tank, critical systems like the turret ring, ammunition storage, and crew compartments are vulnerable to this type of attack. A successful hit often results in total destruction. What makes this even more terrifying for enemy crews is the lack of warning. There is often no indication that a missile is inbound until it is already too late. Unlike older anti-tank missiles that leave visible smoke trails, LAHAT's flight profile is relatively discreet. The missile can approach at a steep angle, minimizing detection. Enemy tank crews may not even realize they are under attack until the moment of impact. There is no chance to maneuver, deploy countermeasures, or return fire. The range of LAHAT is another critical advantage. When launched from a tank, it can strike targets up to around 8 kilometers away. From a helicopter, this range can extend even further. At these distances, most enemy tanks cannot effectively retaliate. Their guns simply cannot reach the launcher, and their sensors may not detect it. This creates a one-sided engagement where the LAHAT-equipped unit controls the battlefield from afar. The enemy is reduced to a passive target. The psychological impact of such a weapon should not be underestimated. Knowing that tanks can be destroyed without ever seeing the attacker deeply affects morale and decision-making. Crews may hesitate to advance, slow their movements, or avoid open terrain, all of which can be exploited by opposing forces. LAHAT is also designed to defeat modern active protection systems. Many tanks now use systems that detect and intercept incoming projectiles. By attacking from above and using a precise laser-guided approach, LAHAT reduces the effectiveness of these defensive measures. Its relatively small radar and infrared signature makes it harder to track compared to faster, more obvious threats. Another key advantage of LAHAT is its adaptability to different combat scenarios. It can be used in open desert warfare, urban environments, and mountainous terrain. In urban combat, tanks often face threats from hidden positions and limited lines of sight. LAHAT allows friendly forces to neutralize enemy armor from unexpected angles. In mountainous regions, terrain often blocks direct fire. LAHAT's ability to arc over obstacles makes it ideal for these conditions. The missile's tandem warhead is specifically designed to defeat explosive reactive armor, which is commonly used on modern tanks. The first charge triggers the reactive armor, while the second penetrates the main armor underneath. This ensures maximum damage even against well-protected targets. LAHAT is not only effective against tanks, it can also be used against fortified positions, bunkers, and other high-value targets. This makes it a versatile asset rather than a single-purpose weapon. Commanders can use it to shape the battlefield before ground forces move in. Another important feature is the reduced logistical burden. Since LAHAT can be fired from existing tank guns, it does not require entirely new launch systems. This simplifies integration and reduces training time for crews. The missile becomes an extension of the tank's existing capabilities. Israel's experience with armored warfare has heavily influenced LAHAT's design. The missile reflects lessons learned from decades of conflict in complex environments. Rather than relying solely on brute force, LAHAT emphasizes precision, intelligence, and coordination. This reflects a broader shift in modern warfare, where information dominance and precision strikes are more valuable than sheer firepower. The use of laser designation also allows for cooperative engagement. One unit can designate the target while another launches the missile. This creates flexible attack options and makes it even harder for the enemy to identify the source of the attack. For example, a drone can quietly illuminate a target, while a tank several kilometers away launches the missile from cover. The enemy sees nothing until the missile strikes, leaving no clear direction for retaliation. LAHAT also enhances survivability for friendly forces. By allowing engagements at long range and from concealment, it reduces exposure to enemy fire. This is especially important in modern battlefields filled with anti-tank weapons, drones, and surveillance systems. Staying hidden is often the difference between survival and destruction. The missile's guidance system is resistant to electronic countermeasures, ensuring reliability even in contested environments. This makes it effective against technologically advanced adversaries who rely on jamming and deception. LAHAT represents a balance between cost and capability. While advanced, it is more affordable than some larger missile systems. This allows it to be deployed in meaningful numbers rather than being reserved for rare situations. The presence of LAHAT-equipped units can alter enemy strategy before a battle even begins. Knowing that unseen missiles can strike from long distances forces adversaries to change formations and tactics. This disruption alone can provide a significant advantage, even without firing a single missile. In essence, LAHAT turns the battlefield into a hunting ground where the hunter remains invisible. Enemy tanks become targets rather than dominant threats. As armored warfare continues to evolve, weapons like LAHAT highlight the importance of precision, stealth, and coordination. The days of tank duels at close range are fading, replaced by engagements decided long before the enemy realizes they are in danger. Israel's LAHAT missile is a clear example of how modern technology reshapes warfare. It demonstrates that destruction does not require visibility, noise, or brute force. Sometimes, the most effective weapons are the ones the enemy never sees coming. And that is what makes LAHAT such a powerful and feared system on today's battlefield.